Hi guys, Suela here with Expressive Brush Art Studio. In today's project, I'm going to show you how to make a leprechaun. And in this project, we are going to use both construction paper and acrylic paint. We don't need much or 20 colors, we need only 3 colors. So white, green, yellow. We are going to need glue stick or glue, whatever you have available, a pencil to do the sketching, a small brush, and scissors to cut the paper. So let's start. So first we are going to start with tracing the face, or sketching the face, I would say. So for this we are going to use orange construction paper, and to make the face, actually to make it, if you'd like to make it perfect round, you can do it by hand, but if you'd like to make perfect round shape, so what I'm going to use is a container. So whatever you have, like a plastic container or cup, whatever you have available, and I'm going to use the corner actually, so this way I can save the rest of the paper. And we are going to trace this, and we're going to make a circle. Now hopefully you'll be able to see the pencil here where I'm tracing it, but that's the idea. And then let's cut. So it shouldn't take too long for cutting. And during this time, make sure you guys have a few more colored construction paper. The next color that we are going to use is green for the head, and then we need yellow and black. So 3 colors: orange, green, yellow, black construction paper. Okay, so we are done with this part. Now let's cut the head. So to cut the head, so I'm going to show you one more time. So it does have a straight line here, and it does have this part here at the top. So to do that, I am going to start so from the beginning here, then let's do the sides. It doesn't really have to be perfect, guys, so you don't have to worry about the perfect straight lines. And the reason why is because you're going to flip this over. So this is going to be on the back of the paper. So really we're not looking for perfection at this point. All right, and then let's cut this. Nobody's going to see the lines on the back of the paper, really. There we go. Okay. And then, so like I said, we're going to flip this over. Nobody will see our scribbling there. And then we're going to do 2 circles for the eyes. So for the 2 circles, what I usually sometimes use a lid, whatever you can find. So in my case, I have the lid of my glue stick, so I'm going to use this one. And I always try to be thrifty with paper, so don't go in the center, so you don't want to waste too much paper. So just always go in the corner. And then save as much paper as you can for the next project. Now this might not be very visible for your eyes, but I can still see the pencil from here. So if black on black is not very visible for you guys, you can find another pencil. Sometimes I tend to use either white pencil or yellow because those two bright colors are more visible in the dark colors, where you put them against the dark colors. And again, like I said, try to cut this as good as you can or as straight as you can, but really it's an art project. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking more for creativity, to see how you can create, and you can put your own touch, your own thinking, and your own way of doing things. All right, here are our eyes. Now we need to do 2 straight lines, and then these straight lines are going to be for the nose and the mouth. Now when I did the straight line here for the mouth, I just cut it a bit curvy at the bottom. So let's do 2 straight lines. And for this, really, you don't need to trace anything, but if you feel like you need to trace it, you certainly can. I'm simply going to cut 2 lines, 2 straight lines here. All right, so one is going to serve me for the nose. One is going to be used for the nose, and the other one is going to be used for the mouth. Now for the mouth, I am going to leave this a bit longer, so when I compare these 2 together, the mouth should be a bit longer. So let's cut this up to here. And then at the bottom, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the edges and then make this a bit round. Like this. There we go. And we are going to cut the yellow now. So we're cutting this part. Oh, and one more thing, guys. We missed this black line here. So let's cut this part. So that should be around this big. So that's it for now. Straight line. And we need to cut a rectangular shape, I would say, a rectangular shape. So let's start again from the corner. Okay. Let's make this a bit straight here. And we need to fold it. So after this, we are going to fold it. And cutting a little bit on each side. After we cut it, I'm going to fold it like this. And then we're going to cut this part. And it should look something like this. Like a little window. All right, it's time to glue them together. Let's start with gluing. So let's push this over. So wherever I have the lines, usually I tend to put the glue so I don't see the pencil on top. Let's glue this over. So make sure you glue the edges. So what I do, I just go around the edges first and then I go towards the center. And we are gluing these guys in a white piece of paper. So Make sure you have a white piece of paper to put all these pieces together. And when I glue it, I'm starting at the bottom, so at the end of the page, because we want to leave the top part here for the head of the leprechaun. So let's put this here. Okay, and then the head. Now, when you do the glue, make sure you don't glue what you have underneath, guys. So you have to be a bit careful. So what I do sometimes, I just go on the side here of my project and then I do the gluing rather than doing the gluing on top of your project. So again, start with the edges. And then we're going to put this on top of that circle. And then as I put the head, it's a bit on my right hand side. There we go. And then time to put the two eyes. Move this a bit here in the center. So let's do the eyes. And then we're going to go with the straight line for the nose. Oops. Now when I put the straight line, actually, let's go a bit sideways. Right, and then it's going to be the mouth. At the end. Now that we're working with black, we are still continuing with our black color. So let's do this part here. So our paper is much longer. So what I do to make it equal to this part, I just fold it. So fold it this way. And then you see where the head ends, right? So after I fold it, make it the same, then I cut it. And time to glue this part. Alright, now the yellow, and this is our last part that we are doing with gluing, and then we're going to start with paint. So we're going to start with acrylics after this. So it's like a little window. Okay, so we are done with gluing. Make sure you put the lid on your glue stick, otherwise it dries, guys. You'll not be able to use it again next time. It's going to be hard. Let's move this out of the way. And we are going to paint the background. So we're going to do some clover leaves, which are green, light green, dark green, so any color that you have available. But we are going to mix 3 colors today, actually, for this project. I have white, yellow, and green. I'm going to start with green first, and we're going to do the clover leaves where the white space is. So to do them, I start with making few hearts. So let's make 3 hearts together. So 1, 2, and 3. Now it's okay if you go a bit over. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's make a few of them. We're going to do another one here because we do have a lot of space. So see how I'm going in the bottom here? So 1, 2, bring this up a little bit. And 3. And we're going to do like a little stem. So let's see, we have space here, so let's do the other one down here. One at the edge, in the corner, at the bottom. And another one here. So after I trace them, then I start to fill them with color, then I put the color. So now I know where my clover leaves are, and then I start to color them inside. So all you are doing is just filling them after we did the tracing or after we did the drawing of them. And we're going to do the same thing in all of the clover leaves. And then after we finish the leaves, we're going to do, we're going to make a few little circles for the background, simply to add some details in our work. Because we do have a lot of space there. So I was thinking, maybe why not use it? Let's add a few more details in all this white space that we have. So I thought maybe it's a good idea to put some circles in there. So that's what we're going to do after we finish with all of this. And about the circles, I was thinking maybe if we can do like different colors of circles, like light green, yellow, because we already have some yellow in there. And the reason why we have yellow is for the center of the clover leaves. And so the way I like to do little dots sometimes, I love to use the back of my brush instead of using the tip of the brush. I really love this method. I use it quite often in my projects and it's fun. So let's do the center with yellow. And we're about done here. Okay. Now make sure you guys wipe this, wipe the back of the brush, otherwise you might be dirty or messy. Let's do some little tiny circles. So to do those tiny circles, what I was thinking is if I mix yellow and green, this will give me a brighter green. Because I want to change the color, not to be exactly the same as my clover leaves. So let's make some bright green circles here. So yellow and green. And when we do these circles, really, it does not matter how big or small they are. You can go around as many times as you want. And let's do maybe one more here. Now I'm going to use white just a tiny bit. Make sure you don't put the whole brush in the center of the paint. Always go in the side, guys. Always go in the corner. So this way you kind of save some clean paint. So just grab this in the corner and mixing it, and we're going to make some other circles, but this time they are a bit lighter because we're mixing them with white. And if you want to go inside here, you certainly can. Doesn't really matter. And I think maybe a tiny one here at the end. And one more here on this side. And I think looks good. All right. Okay, now with white, make sure you wipe your brush. I always use paper towels to wipe my brush because we're changing colors. And we are going to use white for the inside the eye here. So let's make a small white circle. It kind of adds details to the work. But if you want to leave them black the way you have them, you can leave them black. That's fine. I just wanted to add more details. And that's about it, guys, for this project. That's all. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to see what you are going to create. Thank you for being here. Have a great day.